Well, people, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. November 4th of 2025, I have 10:38 a.m. Wow. I had to pause, people. I really had to pause because what I have to show you is oh so significant. Oh so significant. So when we think about this day in retrospect, and we will, because I believe this is a repeat of something that happened in July. Back in the day, Trump said 7-Eleven when he was in New York in relation to the 9/11 event when the Twin Towers went down. Okay? Well, you're looking at the former vice president at the time when those planes hit the tower. And this just hit me. I didn't put it in my research, but it just hit me. Trump said 7-Eleven back in the day when he meant 9/11. And now we have, in November, what do we have? We have the death of Dick Cheney. Put it together, 7-Eleven. Trump said 7-11. But what is the tie-in? We had three notable people, and I said this a few weeks ago, in at least one video. I said that Malcolm Jamal Warner died, the Cosby Kid, on July 20th. On July 22nd, Ozzy Osbourne died. And July 24th, Hulk Hogan died. That was during the month of July. And now we have 11. We have Dick Cheney. Will it be two more? People, I'm telling you, I'm following this thing. And I told you guys to expect something in November. Some notable politicians or some notable people. Did I not? I have not been right so far when it comes down to predicting unaliving both Trump and Biden. But trust me, the scenario is going to be issued by the powers. These people are going to bunkers. They're just leaving because they know that something is coming. That's all I'm going to say right now. So let me get into this. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. And we are one step closer to our Lord and Savior coming. Now, Dick Cheney, he died last night. May he rest in peace. Just put it out there. November 3rd, 2025, he died at the age of 84. Barack Obama just happened to be born August 4th. Now, let's go straight into this thing, okay? There is also a marriage race today, right? Mandami, right? Mandami. I'm going to do a live show sometime this evening. Please join me. In particular to the New York race. I'll probably start 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. I don't know what time. I'll figure it out. But please join me live. Something serious might happen. I've been informing you guys how I've been feeling about things in relation to the wristwatch that he's been wearing. You guys know I did a lot of videos on that. And this video also urgent. Trump posted peace deal at 6:14. His date of birth with 917,000 views. Trump did a post. The connection with Mandami is deep. Something might go down, okay? Now let's move forward because again, 3 notable people died in July, 2 days apart. Will it happen again? And there's significance, trust me, in it. Now, has the glass ceiling begun to crack? Yes, it began to crack. And today, it's a warning. Because this man here, when you think 9/11, you think Iraq War and Dick Cheney. You just do. For those of you all who are history buffs and lived during that moment. Okay. Dick Cheney was the 46th vice president. 46. Just like Joe Biden is the 46th president. Do you see it? I want you to see it. Because I'm speaking without speaking. What is 46 in gematria? Okay, let's look at it. In gematria, 46 is chaos. Wait on this feed to go through. CHAOS. 46 is chaos. So to me, it's destruction or death. Okay, so we have Dick Cheney dying, and he was the 46th VP. 46. George Floyd, George Orwell, and JFK all died at 46. Because something else happened today or soon thereafter. Check it out.
Congratulations.
He was one of the most polarizing political figures in recent memory. A hero and patriot to conservatives, a villain to liberals. Serving under 4 different presidents, in his last job, Dick Cheney became arguably the most influential vice president in American history. He was born in Lincoln, Nebraska, January of 1941, into a family of 5. After Cheney flunked out of Yale, as he would put it, he finished both a bachelor's and master's degree in political science at the University of Wyoming. But before he finished his doctorate at the University of Wisconsin, Cheney won a Capitol Hill Fellowship and headed to Washington with his new bride, Lynn Vincent, on his arm. It wasn't long before former Illinois Congressman Donald Rumsfeld would recruit Cheney to work in the Nixon administration. Cheney quickly rose in the ranks. Then at 34 years old, he became President Gerald Ford's chief of staff.
I watched him in summit meetings, during intense discussions in the cabinet room and the situation room, and throughout the exhausting gallant effort of the 1976 campaign.
After serving as campaign manager for Ford's failed re-election bid, Cheney went home to Wyoming. He returned to Washington in 1978 as the representative from the Equality State, winning re-election 5 times. In 1989, Cheney was named Secretary of Defense by President George H.W. Bush. While Cheney essentially had no military experience and 5 draft deferments during Vietnam, it was Cheney who pushed hard for aggressive action against Iraq when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait in 1990.
When war came, America was ready, and Secretary Cheney's leadership contributed enormously to the victory.
Cheney left the White House in 1992 when Bill Clinton defeated President Bush, but he remained relevant as a Republican voice, choosing to stay in the private sector. Cheney nearly doubled revenues at energy heavyweight Halliburton as the company's CEO. Cheney resigned from Halliburton when he became the vice presidential candidate alongside George W. Bush in 2000. In one of the most arduous and complicated elections ever, Bush and Cheney defeated Al Gore and running mate Joe Lieberman when the U.S. Supreme Court ruled 5 weeks after the election to cease recounts in Florida.
We will always understand the pain of their families, and our nation will forever look with reverence upon their place, this place where their lives ended.
Cheney's leadership was put to the test less than a year later, 9/11. The vice president was forced into the White House bunker, helping make the call to shoot down any aircraft deemed a threat in American airspace. Vice President Cheney was a key player in the White House's War on Terror campaign, in the prism of post-9/11 and after unheeded warnings to Iraq's leader Saddam Hussein. President Bush ordered the launch of Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2003.
This is...
Okay, so let's finish this up. Then we'll go straight into the decode. It's going to be a brilliant piece, people, a brilliant piece.
10 Americans say they feel it was a mistake to go to war. What do you say to those people?
We were elected to do a job and to do what we think is right for the country.
The Bush White House had asserted that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction, a claim many of those officials would later retract when the weapons were never found. Bush and Cheney won re-election against Senators John Kerry and John Edwards. In 2005, Cheney found himself at the heart of the CIA leak scandal involving Operative Valerie.
So, the weapons of mass destruction, no weapons were ever found. I want you to marinate on that. Now check this out.
I want you all to know, it can't go any louder. I want you all to know that America today is on bended knee in prayer for the people whose lives were lost here, for the workers who work here, for the families who mourn. This nation stands with the good people of New York City and New Jersey and Connecticut as we mourn the loss of thousands of our citizens.
That was the moment. As the glass ceiling began to crack, 9/11 warning. Could it happen again? This is the principal of the school that George Bush was at when it was whispered in his ear about the Twin Towers. Watch this. This is the lady. Watch this.
Yes, kid. Boys and girls, sound this word out. Get ready. Steel. What word? Steel. Yes, steel. Read these words the fast way. Get ready. Plane. Yes, plane. Get ready. Must. Yes, must. Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready. Kick. Yes, kicks. And 60 on page 153.
He came in, he spoke to the president. But to me, one of the most missed signs as he whispered in his ear about 9/11 was this picture above his head. This picture above his head. This one right here. Look at that face. It looks like a mask, does it not? It looks like Satan, does it not? It's right there. It's right above his head. I've been showing this for years. My old channel, and this channel, and Rumble. Look at the neck, the design of a V. V is the 22nd letter of the alphabet. Remember, I showed you that, guys, in videos. It's deep. The teacher had on purple when they had their anniversary of 9/11. She showed up in Tiffany blue. I've done documentation on that. So let's go to this here. I Pet Goat 2. When you go to I Pet Goat 2, you see the V on Barack Obama's head. There it is. He sweats it. V is the 22nd letter of the alphabet. Like I said, there's a V in her chin. The neck line. And then you got, almost look like the devil horns. Although, you know, this is for her hair, but it looks like a mask, right? V. Seconds later, the American flag begins to shred in two. See that? See the American flag? And it's midnight, okay? Now, in this video, coincidentally, they have a teacher there. I'm gonna turn the sound off, and I want to show you guys this here. It's going to take me a while to pan it up, but just give me a second because I want you to see it. I believe all this is done ahead of time to tell you the future. You see the teacher? She's in purple. That's the same lady that was in the school. Look, is it not? Look at it. George Bush. There's the teacher. Do they not? This is iPad Go too. Come on, y'all. Work with me. Also, I showed you the principal, right? When George Bush walked in, there he is there. And look at her hands. Look at her hands. And she's got on red and black. All this is on 9/11. That's the teacher. I don't make this stuff up. God just gave me a gift. There she is. And I put it together. There she is right there. I've done extensive research on this, people. Now let's go further. Dick Cheney's role as primarily as vice president under George W. Bush from 2001 to 2009, where he was known for his significant influence and was often described as the shadow president or the chief operating officer of the administration. His career is public service, also included being Secretary of Defense under George H.W. Bush and White House Chief of Staff Gerald Ford during the George W. Bush administration. He was a central figure in the, quote, war on terror and played a key role in advocating for the invasion of the Iraq War, where they found no weapons of mass destruction. Now, 9/5 of 2025, a few months ago, Donald Trump changed the department back to the name Department of War. Department of War. That was on 9/5. Take 9/5/2025 from the day that Dick Cheney just died, 11/3, which is last night. The difference is 84. Barack Obama was born August 4th. Is that coincidence? Now look, the Iraq War invasion was when? March 20th of 03. March 20th, 03. Take, where we at? 5/20/03, but it ended May 1st. It ended May 1st. So take May 1st, 2026 anniversary, Iraq War, 11/3, Dick Cheney just died. The difference is 5/29. What is 5/29? JFK's birthday is 5/29. And you know what happened to him. They're telling stories again through these events. 5/29, that's when JFK died. That's why I'm telling you, something else could happen soon. Now look at this here. Here's Dick Cheney's birthday, 1:30. And here's Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was the first of the three that died in a row, remember? Well, 2 days apart. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and then Hulk Hogan. So he died on July 20th, 7/20. That's why I told you. Trump said 7/11. Man, what a decode. 7/11. 7/11 means also 9/11. So during July, 3 people died. Well, 3 people died. Well, 3 people died during the month of September. Watch. So July 20th. Okay. Jamal Warner's birthday is August 18th. So let me go there. August 18th, 2025, 11/3/2025, Dick Cheney just died. The difference is 2/22 or 2/16. August 4th is the 216th day of the year, August 4th. That's Barack Obama's birthday. Also 2/22. What is 2/22? That's the beast system. They're telling stories. They're telling you the future. There's your beast system. The Antichrist beast system. Donald Trump and Barack Obama. Antichrist beast system. Okay, they're speaking. That's why I told y'all the glass ceiling is being shattered. 9/11/01, 2 planes went into the Twin Tower. 11/3, Dick Cheney just died. 24 years ago and 53 days. What is 24? 24th letter of the alphabet is X. That means you're taken out. What is 53? The 53rd day of the year, people, is February 22nd. That's 222. Do you see what I'm doing? 222. The beast system is coming. Okay? George Bush, he served under him. July 6th is his birthday. July 6, 2026, anniversary of his birthday. 11/3, Dick Cheney, his vice president, died. The difference is 84. Barack Obama's birthday was born August 4th. Is that coincidence? Then look, Dick Cheney became vice president January 20th. January 20th, 01. Dick Cheney became vice president. 11/3, Dick Cheney just died. The difference is 24, 9/14. 24, like X, 24th letter alphabet, and 9/14. What is 9/14? Pope Leo's birthday. In the new system, in the golden age, they're going to have a new church, new political system, new economic system, and part of it will be brought on by WAR. It's deep, y'all. It's deep. Matter of fact, let's go into something right quick, because part of this WAR, to me, has got to be Israel. I forgot to put that. Let's see it. Let's see if this relates to today somehow. Let's see. Okay. Oh my God. Look at that, people. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Israel became a nation on May 14th. Look. The state of Israel was officially became a nation on May 14th. Like I told y'all, we got another WAR coming on. That's why I'm telling you guys, look at my notes. Cheney was the 46th vice president. That means chaos. It also means death. Now, it's equally more symbolic, his death, of what's to come. Look, war. I put it in my notes and I almost forgot to tell you guys. This is what's coming. It's his death. Oh my Lord. Dick Cheney's death is more symbolic, or equally about his death. It's really more about war. Look, about war. I put it in my notes. And God just spoke to me. Look at what God just did. Israel became a nation May 14th. And look what I did. I took May 14th, 2026, Israel's next birthday, subtracted from today, 11/3/2025, and I get 614. Pearson, what is 614? Look. Donald Trump's birthday. Boom. Look at that. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. We're going to heaven soon, people. We're going to heaven. God working with me. Just stay with me, people. Stay with me. All right, what's next? What's next? What a decode. What a decode. Halliburton was founded in 1919. This is where he was the CEO at. Dick Cheney was CEO of Halliburton back in the day. It was founded May 7th, 1920. I'll get into Halliburton. You already saw what they're about. May 7, 2026, anniversary of Halliburton. 11/3, Dick Cheney just died. The difference is 185. What's 185? The 185th day of the year, guys, you got to take my word for it, is July 4th. Okay? That means we're going down, July 4th. Now, check this out. I want you guys to see this here. I want you to listen to this here. Here you go.
Halliburton did. If you can, think about what Halliburton did during the Iraq War. They got these no-bid contracts where Cheney was the fucking CEO of Halliburton. He becomes the vice president of the United States, and then the company he works for gets these no-bid contracts to rebuild shit we blow up. which is wild, but there's profit in that, right? If you can, like, think about like what Halliburton did during the Iraq War. They got these no bid contracts.
No bid contracts. This guy was vice president, but he used to be CEO of Halliburton. Did he not get the hookup allegedly? Now let me go into this here. Let's watch this.
Halliburton gets a contract to help rebuild Iraq's oil infrastructure on March 24, 2003. Dick Cheney, the then Vice President of the United States, was Halliburton's CEO from 1995 until 2000. And though he had divested from his holdings in the company, the fact that his old firm was one of the first recipients of a multi-million-dollar contract with promises of more to follow gave critics of the Bush presidency ample ammunition for years to come.
Now, first contract was March 24th of 03. March 24th of 03, right here. 11-3, Dick Cheney just died. The difference is 22, like the V in Barack Obama's head, V, where the American flag spreads at midnight. Also 7-13, what is 7-13? On July 13th of 2024, they say Trump got hit in the ear in Butler, Pennsylvania. How accurate? I told y'all something else is coming. Now, Saddam Hussein, they said he had weapons of mass destruction. Nothing was found. He was the leader of Iraq. Now, this is the day that they captured him, okay? But the day that he died was 12/30/06. Now look, 12/30/06, Saddam Hussein. 11/3, Dick Cheney just died. The difference is 18 years and 44. 666 makes 18, mark of the beast. 44, Barack Obama's the 44th president. It fits too well, don't it? Then look. Dick Cheney served under H.W. Walker Bush, right? He served under him. Dick Cheney worked under Herbert Walker Bush back in the day. And then look, here he is right here. Now check this out. 6/12/2026 is what? That's the anniversary of his birthday, the president. 6/12/2026, 11/3, Dick Cheney just died. The difference is 7/13. It's accurate. Something's about to happen. July 13th, that's when Trump got hit in the ear in Butler, Pennsylvania. Also, it's 2/22, the mark of the beast. I'm Friend Shai Pearson. What a beautiful decode. Jesus is coming soon, y'all. He coming soon. He coming soon. And what about this? 5/14, man, 5/14 Israel. Subtracted from today gives you Trump's birthday. It's going down.